Welcome to this video series on implementing CyberSecure Canada. CyberSecure Canada is the Canadian standard designed for small and medium-sized organizations. If you're watching this video, you likely already know what it is. As you know, it's free and available online. The standard itself includes organizational controls. It's open-ended, meaning it's not risk-based. It features specific controls for the organization as well as general baseline controls. There are a number of controls here, ranging from backups to establishing strong authentication, and so on. There are also a few controls specific to certain operating systems. If you're using the cloud, there are a few controls for that as well. If, for example, you're using a point-of-sale device, there's a control for that too. So, that's the standard itself. What I want to show you is how you can use MapLeg-RC to implement it. There is a series of videos available. There are 8 videos. It takes less than an hour to watch them all. However, if you're following along step by step, it might take you about 2 hours. But by the end of those 2 hours, you'll have the infrastructure and the foundation of the program set up at your organization, including elements like policies and procedures. What will still be missing is actually finding the evidence that these controls are in place, or having a plan to implement them. We'll take a look at how this all comes together. So to get started, please visit the Maple GRC website. It's Maple. And then GRC stands for Governance, Risk, and Compliance.com or .ca. Both will work. Once you're there, please click on Start a Free Trial. This will give you a 30-day trial with no credit card required or anything like that. After you click on it, you should see something like this. Then, there is an option to Create New Account. Please click on that. Click on Create New Account, since you don't have an account yet. Just enter your name. And it needs to be a work email. So I'm going to use a work email. You can't use me as an email or other similar generic emails. And for the title, just fill it in, and then continue with the magic link. What happened now? Well, of course, I already have an account. In your case, you'll receive a link. What happens is you get a link in your inbox. That inbox brings you back here, so there's no password to remember. So if I go back to my email inbox here, and sorry if I'm showing this or taking a bit of time, but it's just to give you an idea. And then, once I click Login. I've logged in before, so I have this, but in your case, you'll see this view here. Okay, so the first time, you need to set up an organization. If you're already part of an organization, you'll log into it. So, organization name and a website. And then click Set up Organization Goal. So next, after adding the website and the organization name, we now need to specify that we want to apply for CyberSecure Canada. Maple can be used for various purposes, but in this case, the reason is to apply for certification for CyberSecure Canada. So I would start with a specific compliance standard, and here I'm going to select the first one, which is CyberSecure Canada, the CAN DGSI 104, and I will click Set up Asset. Inventory. This step here is optional, meaning it's preferable if you select which email system they are using. Is it Office 365, Google, or something else? What is the measure? What is your accounting system? If you know it, that's great, but you might not be aware of it yet. And for a core tool, you can select Other. We can add them later, but it really helps if you add them now to save time. However, this step is optional, and then I'm going to click Save. What happens now is that it sets up the environment for me. And this is the CyberSecure type of certification, and this is the workflow you'll see in the next 8 videos. Alright, so the first step you'll see is the context, and that will be covered in the next video. But just to show you the end result, so you can see why this matters, I'll show you a different environment that was set up earlier. And the reason we're doing this is because I have the CyberSecure Canada audit readiness. And when I click on it, it will display the standard for me. So yes, I can have the standard as a PDF, or I can view the standard right here in this table. These are exactly the same standard requirements, already organized in a table for me. And I have the option to select whether something is implemented or not as I work, as well as the option to upload evidence. So my evidence will be ready as I complete the work to present to the certification body at the end of the process, and there's also a space to edit notes. Additionally, I can do this manually, meaning if I'm a cyber professional or a GRC professional, I can go through the standard, apply the necessary items, and then write my notes, and so on. So, at the end of the process, once I'm ready for certification, I simply click Export Report to download the audit package, send it to my auditor, and everything is organized and ready. But also, Maple offers this really impressive Run Analyzer feature. If I click on Run Analyzer, it will handle all of this for me. So I encourage you to follow along with the 8 videos. It takes less than an hour, but by the end, you'll see that all your notes and evidence are automatically mapped. Even the decision, whether it's implemented or not, is provided with a strong rationale as to why. Is it implemented, not implemented, or only partially implemented? It's already written for you, you can change it, of course, you can overwrite it, but it's all done for you. This alone saves a lot of time. Also, within this, there are links to perform these actions in Maple. So if I want to address this item, I just click here and it will take me directly to where I can do it in Maple itself. Once I'm ready, and usually that means I have nothing in red, everything is either green or partially implemented, which is acceptable for certification. When I'm ready, I can reach out to certification partners. There's a link here for them, Official CyberSecure Canada certification through this page. This takes me to the Standards Council of Canada. That's the authority in Canada that shows which organizations are currently accredited to provide companies with certification. And as of the recording of this video at the end of March 2026, there are these 4 organizations. So you go here. We recommend clicking on each one of them. You'll find an email address. We even provide a template for the email you can send to them to make things easier for you. What to send, what to ask for. There's a template here, just edit it, include the type of your business and the number of staff members. Then simply copy and send that email so you can receive quotes from all 4 organizations. Once you finalize the contract with them, all you need to do is export, report, and download the evidence package, send it to them, and you're all set. So, again, as of the date of this recording, we haven't had a single organization that didn't pass the audit on the first attempt with any measure of nonconformance. It simply hasn't happened yet, and we have dozens of customers, so it works. But, our customers also put in a lot of effort to get these things done. So the credit doesn't go only to us. But the system here has everything you need to help you achieve this certification. I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos, where the very first item will be covered. You will start with the context, and this is the context. It will automatically read from your website to describe who you are as an organization, and it will build the program accordingly. So, if you're a hospital, that's different from being a manufacturer or a community development organization, and so on. I hope this is helpful, and I wish you a successful certification journey. And if you have any questions, please ask them here in the live chat, where you can also reach out to the assistant. It might provide you with some ideas and, of course, you can always schedule a meeting. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.